What's the story, Morning Glory? What's the word, Hummingbird? Thank you so much for clicking on my channel and for joining me for this review of Married to Medicine Season 10, Episode 2, Heard It from the Grapevine. Okay, y'all, this is going to be a struggle. It is going to be a struggle for me to watch this show and to get through this review. It's going to be a huge struggle. The reason why it's going to be a struggle for me to watch this show is because I don't like Phaedra. I'm really upset that she has infiltrated one of my favorite reality TV shows. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Married to Medicine has new producers or what's going on with this show, but I think this show has taken a turn. What I loved about Married to Medicine, it was that it was a reality TV show that featured, professional African American doctors and just what they go through in their day-to-day life. There was a lot of drama put into it, of course, because it's still television and you still have to get people to want to watch it. So I didn't mind that at all. But I really missed the days when Married to Medicine was very concentrated on the marriages of the doctors and what they go through, being like, with Simone and Cecil, when they were having their issues and how they kind of like overcame that, which I don't think they really overcame it. Quad and Dr. G. I just really miss those days of Married to Medicine when it was really focused on the doctors and their lives. Now we just have, with Phaedra coming in, it's just going to be just a bunch of mess. More mess than is necessary. The thing about Phaedra that I don't like, I have no respect for her because I really did not, and I'm still not over what she did to Portia. What she did to Candy when she lied on Candy and Todd, saying that they tried to drug Portia and that whole Dungeon Gate fiasco on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I lost all respect for Phaedra during that time. I used to really, really, really like her until that happened. I used to enjoy Phaedra and I used to enjoy her and Candy together. I thought their dynamic was really funny, really entertaining. I used to really, really like Phaedra until Dungeon Gate happened. So the fact that she's on Married to Medicine, I'm just really disappointed. There's nothing about Phaedra right now that can make me just like to start liking her right now. People love Phaedra. She has a huge fan base. They think that she's extremely stylish. They think that she knows how to read and her shade and all this other whatever. I don't care about that. That is not what's going to make me like a person. Your character is what's going to make me like you or not. And I don't think her character, it's not my cup of tea. So the episode starts off with Quad coming over to Phaedra's house. Quad and Phaedra are friends. They've been friends for quite a few years. They met through Dr. Gregory, Quad's ex-husband. And so they get together and Quad has a new man. She has definitely upgraded from Dr. G. When they showed us that really quick picture of Quad's new man, I was like, hello. This man was tall, dark, and handsome. He had a beautiful dimple. He's a professional. Quad has definitely upgraded. I don't know if this is, if this is anything serious, because she didn't want to talk too much about it. She was like, it's still in the early stages, so she doesn't want to go into too much detail. But girl, I hope you stay long enough with this man to give us the details at some point, because that man looked really nice. So moving on from there, they talk about the whole friendship dynamic, Toya and Dr. Heavenly, and I really don't care. So moving on from that, they talked about Quad's DUI, because in the previous episode, it was mentioned that Quad had gotten arrested for a DUI or something. So she clears that up and she says it was an infraction. She took care of it. Next topic. Moving on from there, Letitia. So she is the newest cast member of Married to Medicine. She is Dr. G's fiance, and we met her in episode 1. And my impression of Letitia is, I think she feels very intimidated by these women. I think that she has no idea what she's doing on this show. I think that she's definitely a gold digger. I think she's an opportunist. And I'm not saying this to be mean, because I don't know enough about her to like her or not like her, but my initial impression of her is that she is after Dr. G's money. She wanted to marry a man who would give her a comfortable lifestyle, and that's what she's about to do. So yeah, that's what I think about her. I think that she's these women are ready to eat her alive. Okay. Especially Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly sees her as fresh meat and she is ready to tear her apart. And I just hope that Letitia is not going to break down with emotions and be able to stand up against these group of women, because it is a tough group. Moving on from there, we have Letitia. She's at home. She's cooking dinner for Dr. Gregory. Dr. Gregory comes home and they talk about how she was cooking one of his favorite foods, which was greens. And so he was praising her to the heavens above about how delicious her greens are, how she knows how to cook her some greens and she cooks them as good as his grandmother, so on and so forth. And then when we look at the damn plate, all he had was some asparagus. And I'm like, okay, how hard is it to make asparagus? Anybody can make good asparagus. You just steam it on the damn pan, or stir fry it on the pan. Like, I didn't understand. And he didn't even eat all the asparagus. As much as he praised her greens, he did not even finish his asparagus. But anyway, so they're at the dinner table and they're talking, and she's talking about how she's so overwhelmed and stressed out about the wedding. And first of all, he talked about how he was stressed out about the wedding. He's stressed out about the wedding. I think it's was it because of the cost? I don't know. He said he was stressed out about the wedding. Is that what was stressing him out? The cost of the wedding? Y'all, I don't remember, but let's move on. Toya and her damn wine. Toya is somebody else that I really struggle with. I really struggle with liking Toya. Okay, so she's up there with her wine, her glass of wine, as always, and she's got some type of wine club that's going to be helping her promote her wine company. I don't know. And so she is FaceTiming Letitia, inviting her to her wine club so they can do some wine testing, because she's about to launch a wine company or a wine label. I really don't know. This is what I'm talking about. One of the reasons that I really, like I said before, why I liked Married to Medicine, it was because it was featuring doctors, people who are having real careers doing real things. And instead of these reality TV businesses like, Toya's wine business, do y'all think Toya's wine business is going to be around in the next 10, 15, 20 years? But we can pretty much, know that these doctors are still going to be practicing until they retire. But these reality TV show businesses like the wine business, the makeup business, the clothing line business, the boutique business, it's just a lot of fluff, and I just don't have any time for it. So Dr. Eugene and Toya, they sit down and they have the sex talk with their two boys, which I thought was really good. You got to get them when they're young, and the information needs to come from their parents, etc. Moving on from there, Sweet Tea. She is bridal gown shopping, and she's taken one of her, I guess, real life friends with her, a lady that she had met through an age gap support group on Facebook, which is a support group for young women who like to date old men. And so that girl is there with her, and then Phaedra and Quad come over, and it's going to be Phaedra and Toya, they come over to help her pick out a dress. And it's going to be a hot mess, because Phaedra and Toya are like the meanest of the mean girls. And of course, they start passive aggressively criticizing her. Phaedra, who's obsessed with people's butts, talks about how she ain't got no butt. She's butt challenged. Quad, who has, really worked on herself, because it looks like Quad lost a lot of weight. Quad is up there talking about how she needs to wear a really snatched waist trainer to cinch in her waist. So the poor girl, I'm surprised that she survived it, because, when you're out there shopping for your wedding gown, for what's going to be the most important night of your life, you don't need these women up here criticizing you. Like, why are they here? Why do you want these women to go with you to go find a wedding gown? They don't really know you that well, and they're the shadiest of the shady. So she kind of got what she deserved. Moving on to Toya. So Toya, she's having her wine club event, and everybody's there. When everybody gets there, after the small talk, Sweet Tea brings up how Phaedra and Toya were really mean to her at the bridal gown shop. And of course, Phaedra and Toya act really surprised, like, oh, we were? Yes, y'all knew that y'all were being really mean to her. So Heavenly then said that someone said Letitia was in therapy for dating older men. And Heavenly is always going to try to haze the new member and put them through the fire to see if they're tough enough to hang with this group. So Sweet Tea also said that they were mean to her at the hold down party from the first episode because it kept up bringing up Quad. And she's like, that was my event. We were celebrating me and Dr. Gregory, and y'all kept on bringing up Quad, Quad this and Quad that, and Quad used to have the house like this and Quad. And so Dr. Jackie was the only one that took accountability, and she was like, I'm sorry, for doing that. She's the only one that apologized, I think, for her behavior. So I don't know what Sweet Tea thought this was going to be. Yes, they're going to compare you to Quad. Yes, that's exactly what they're going to do. This is a reality TV show. Sweet Tea, I don't know if you think this is the Girl Scouts or some kind of church group. This is reality TV. And they're going to roast you and tear you apart every chance they get. And you just have to be strong enough and stop running to the bathroom crying. You're going to have to get a backbone and fire back. So, Sweet Tea tells... okay, so Simone sees that Sweet Tea is kind of like breaking down. She's losing it. So she takes her to the bathroom to find out what's wrong with her. And Sweet Tea tells her that she feels really overwhelmed. She says that she wants Dr. G to be more involved with the wedding. And Dr. Simone was like, that's not going to happen. You need to figure it out on your own. The men are not going to get involved with the weddings. They're not. You need to figure it out. So she's going to have to get tougher, because the weakness that she's showing, it's like blood to a shark, especially Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly is going to pick her apart, tear her apart limb from limb. And so, Sweet Tea, you need to be ready, girl. So when everybody got up to leave, everybody noticed that Sweet Tea still had the price tag on her damn dress. Really, Sweet Tea? We know this is not the first time that you bought something just to return it after you wore it. We know this ain't the first time that you've done this. You couldn't figure out how to hide that price tag better? Phaedra, she meets up with Dr. G. So she wants to warn Dr. G about Sweet Tea, because was that the hoedown? I think it was at the hoedown where Sweet Tea had said, I think somebody asked her, what did you see in Dr. Gregory? And she said something about the money. She talked about his money. She's definitely an opportunist. She's definitely a gold digger. She might be the sweetest gold digger we've ever met, but she's definitely a gold digger, and she is an opportunist, and she's with him for the money. Point blank, period. So Phaedra wants to, I guess, delicately warn him that this is the kind of woman he's chosen, without coming right out and saying, hey, she's a gold digger. So Phaedra says that, he needs to really consider this relationship, because, why would he want to date somebody younger, like the way she did, because Apollo was younger than her. And, are him and Letitia really of the same mindset? Which is what I also questioned when she got with Apollo. Basically, is this person on your level? Professionally, career-wise, financially, are they on your level? Are y'all equally yoked? Because she for sure was not equally yoked with Apollo. But here she is, warning Dr. Gregory about all that stuff. All the mistakes that she made. I guess she learned from her mistakes, and she wants to pass on her wisdom. Dr. G says, his relationship with Letitia is a lot better than his relationship ever was with Quad. He said he was actually scared of Quad, and Letitia to him feels much more comfortable, and they actually have a friendship. And Phaedra also brings up the whole prenup thing. I'm pretty sure Dr. G is going to sign a prenup. I don't see him not doing that, but who knows? But it seems like Dr. G, he's probably sprung, but he ain't that sprung. I don't think he's that sprung. I think that this girl was very eager to be with him, and it was very flattering for him. She's also a little bit easy on the eye. She's not, unattractive. She is an attractive woman. She's young enough to have children with him. And I think with Dr. G, that's what he's really looking for. Someone who's going to have some kids with him, because I think he really wanted that with Quad, but Quad wasn't about that life. So she's an attractive woman. She's very eager to be with him. She's willing to do anything to be with him. So he was like, I don't even got to work that hard to get her. This woman practically fell in my damn lap, and she can have babies. Sign me up. So yeah, that's what's going on here. And I'm pretty sure she put that thing on him and got his nose wide open. But I still think that he still has his wits about him. And I kind of think he's going to do a prenup. I don't think, if there's going to be a big difference in wealth, you got to do a prenup. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. A marriage is a contract. It's wonderful if y'all love each other, but it is a contract. And you know, y'all, it's still a business arrangement. Sign that prenup. If there is a difference in wealth, sign that damn prenup, okay? Please. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. On your way out, please don't forget to rate the video if you like this content, subscribe to my channel, and I'll definitely talk to you later. Bye.